Good morning. It's a rainy day here in Old Litchfield. And you've got to be from my generation to remember when houses were heated by coal. Um, it wasn't until the early 1930s that oil burners came into vogue. So prior to that, houses were heated by coal. And most of that coal came from the Scranton, Hazleton, Pennsylvania area with deep coal mines, and it was anthracite coal, and which was long burning. There were very hot fires and long burning coal, and unless you had and some sort of automatic stoking apparatus, you had to shovel the coal in there in the morning, and you had to let keep the dampers open and let the gas that was in the coal dissipate. And then you would close the dampers, not down, but so there's less draft. And then again at night before you went to bed, you had to do the same thing. So if you were going to go away for a weekend or something like that, you had to get somebody to do that. Either that or the fire went out, and it was a lot of work to get it started again. So, and then there was the other part of it was the ashes. Coal did not burn 100%, so there was a residue that you had to dispose of. And, there were collectors of ashes. In other words, they used to call him the ash man. Pardon the word, but anyway. And then most driveways were not blacktopped. So that was a good use for the ashes. You'd take them and put it in your driveway because they were mostly, just gravel or dirt. And then one of my first jobs was working for a coal and fuel oil company that my godfather owned, and we were still in the coal business when I started there, and we had these tremendous hoppers that would, if you opened the chute, it would go into the coal delivery trucks. And there was different types of delivery. Most of them, the people would have what they call a coal bin in the cellar. And the coal truck would drive up near a cellar window, and they would open the window and put a chute down there that would deliver the coal to the coal bin. But there were other instances where you deliver the coal by hand, where you'd put them in like sailbags, and you'd either carry them down into the cellar or whatever. And then there were, we used to get the coal in by barge, and there was a crane with a clamshell on it that would drop into the barge and then close it and bring it up, and then they'd put it in the different hoppers according to the grade of coal. Most furnaces required what they call nut or chestnut coal, which was a bigger size, and they would put that in the specific bin. And then there were other grades, with pea coal. There was buckwheat, rice, and barley. Those last two, rice and barley, were more for these automatic feed operations where there was like an auger that would, the screw would turn and it would gradually feed the furnace. But it was very small, fine coal, and that's why it has the name of rice or barley. And thank God that the Auburner came on, and of course there was no natural gas at that point. I mean, the pipelines did not come in here till well after World War II, so it was either oil heat or coal. So, well, and there's probably nobody in my generation listening, but that was the story of what happened in those days. So we'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.